Is your sugar substitute actually making you sick? The hidden dangers revealed. Have you ever switched to sugar-free drinks, diet, snacks, or low-calorie desserts, thinking you were making the healthier choice? Maybe you thought, I'm finally avoiding sugar. Now I'll lose weight, feel more energized, and protect my health. But what if I told you those so-called healthy sugar substitutes might actually be making you sicker? What if your favorite sugar-free snack is the real reason you feel bloated, tired, or constantly craving more food? For years, we've been told that artificial sweeteners and sugar substitutes are harmless, but behind the zero sugar labels, there are hidden dangers that many people don't know about. From digestive problems to unwanted weight gain, from headaches to long-term health risks, the truth about sugar substitutes is far more disturbing than you think. In this video, we'll uncover the real science behind sugar substitutes. We'll break down the side effects, the hidden dangers, and the shocking health risks that are rarely discussed. And by the end, you'll know exactly how sugar substitutes could be sabotaging your health and what you can do about it before it's too late. The sugar substitute dangers. Sugar substitutes are often promoted as the perfect solution for people who want to cut down on calories and avoid the negative effects of sugar. At first glance, they seem like the healthier option. You get the sweet taste without the guilt, without the weight gain, and without the blood sugar spikes. But when you take a closer look, you'll see there are serious dangers hiding behind these so-called healthier options. One of the biggest sugar substitute dangers is the way they trick your body. You see, your brain expects calories when it tastes something sweet. But when you consume artificial sweeteners, there are no real calories. This creates metabolic confusion. Your body prepares for energy it never receives, which can lead to increased hunger, stronger cravings, and in many cases, even overeating later in the day. Instead of helping you lose weight, sugar substitutes can quietly promote weight gain without you even realizing it. Another major danger comes from how these substitutes affect your gut health. Scientific studies have shown that regular consumption of sugar substitutes like aspartame or sucralose can disrupt your gut microbiome. That's the community of good bacteria that keeps your digestion running smoothly. Once these bacteria are damaged, people often experience bloating, cramps, constipation, and gas, even if they've never had digestive problems before. But the dangers don't stop there. Sugar substitutes have been linked to insulin resistance, where your body stops responding properly to insulin, increasing your risk of type 2 diabetes, the exact condition many people try to avoid by giving up sugar in the first place. And if you've ever felt strange after drinking a diet soda, maybe a headache, fatigue, or even dizziness, you're not alone. Many people report neurological symptoms after consuming sugar substitutes, especially in large amounts. Worst of all, these dangers are hidden. Food companies cover their products with attractive labels like diet, sugar-free, or 0 calories, making you feel like you're making a healthy choice, while in reality, you could be harming your metabolism, gut, and overall health. In short, sugar substitutes come with a list of dangers that most people don't hear about. If you thought you were avoiding health risks by cutting sugar, you might unknowingly be walking straight into another set of problems. The unhealthy sugar alternatives. Not all sugar alternatives are created equal. In fact, many of them are far from healthy. There's a common misconception that simply switching from regular sugar to a substitute automatically makes a food or drink healthier. But the reality is, there are many unhealthy sugar alternatives that can do just as much harm, or even more than regular sugar itself. Let's talk about some of the most common unhealthy sugar alternatives you probably see every day. Products like high fructose corn syrup, maltodextrin, dextrose, and even some sugar alcohols like sorbitol and erythritol are often used in processed foods. You'll find them in diet, drinks, protein bars, baked goods, and even so-called health snacks. These alternatives are designed to be cheap and taste sweet, but they can lead to serious health problems. For example, high fructose corn syrup has been directly linked to obesity, fatty liver disease, and increased cholesterol levels. Maltodextrin, commonly used in sports drinks and protein powders, can cause blood sugar spikes almost as high as pure glucose, making it risky for people with diabetes. Even some sugar alcohols, while technically lower in calories, can cause severe digestive issues, such as bloating, cramps, and diarrhea, especially when consumed in large amounts. The problem with these unhealthy sugar alternatives is not just their physical effects, they also encourage unhealthy eating habits. Because these products are marketed as sugar-free or low-carb, people are tricked into thinking they can eat more of them without consequences. This often leads to overeating, poor nutritional choices, and a cycle of cravings that's difficult to break. Worse, many processed foods that use these unhealthy sugar alternatives lack real nutritional value. You're not getting vitamins, minerals, or fiber. You're just getting empty calories with hidden side effects. In simple terms, swapping sugar for these unhealthy alternatives doesn't solve the problem. It simply changes the problem's shape, leading to metabolic imbalances, digestive discomfort, and even higher risks of chronic disease. The side effects of artificial sweeteners. When people switch to artificial sweeteners, they often do it with good intentions. They want to lose weight, reduce sugar intake, or manage conditions like diabetes. But what many people don't realize is that artificial sweeteners come with a long list of side effects that can affect your body in surprising and uncomfortable ways. Let's start with some of the most common, short-term side effects that people experience. One of the most frequent complaints is digestive issues. Sweeteners like sucralose, aspartame, and acesulfame potassium are known to cause bloating, gas, stomach cramps, and diarrhea in many people. This is especially true when consumed in large amounts or in products like sugar-free gum, diet soda, or protein shakes. Another very common side effect is headaches. Many individuals report experiencing migraines or tension headaches shortly after consuming products with aspartame. Studies have found that artificial sweeteners can sometimes interfere with brain chemistry, leading to dizziness, mood swings, and even episodes of brain fog, where it becomes harder to concentrate or think clearly. One of the more hidden side effects involves your metabolism. Artificial sweeteners give your body the sweet taste, but without the calories, confusing your hormonal signals. This can lead to increased hunger later in the day, making it more likely you'll overeat. Many people think they are helping their diet by choosing sugar-free options, but because of these hormonal effects, they may actually end up eating more overall. Let's not forget the impact on gut health. Several recent studies have shown that artificial sweeteners can alter the gut microbiome, killing off beneficial bacteria and allowing harmful bacteria to flourish. This imbalance doesn't just cause digestive discomfort, it can also lead to weaker immunity, poor nutrient absorption, and even worsening of chronic illnesses like irritable bowel syndrome. In the long term, consistent exposure to artificial sweeteners can lead to weight gain, insulin resistance, and other metabolic disorders. Despite having no calories, the side effects aren't just limited to how you feel today. They can silently damage your health over months and years. Artificial sweeteners might seem like a harmless substitute, but the evidence shows they come with side effects that affect your digestion, brain, metabolism, and overall well-being. The sugar substitutes health risks. Many people switch to sugar substitutes believing they are making a healthier choice. But the truth is, there are serious health risks associated with sugar substitutes that often go unnoticed until real problems begin to appear. While these products are marketed as diet-friendly or safe, growing scientific evidence suggests that regular use of sugar substitutes can lead to a variety of long-term health problems. One of the most alarming health risks involves weight gain and metabolic disorders. You might assume that cutting calories by choosing sugar substitutes would help you lose weight, but several large studies have shown the opposite. Artificial sweeteners can actually lead to increased fat storage, particularly around the belly, and cause metabolic dysfunction. This is because these substitutes confuse your body's natural response to food. Your brain tastes sweetness, expects energy, but when no calories arrive, it causes a hormonal imbalance that can make you feel hungrier later, causing you to eat more. Another major health risk linked to sugar substitutes is insulin resistance. Research has shown that artificial sweeteners can change how your body processes sugar. Even though you are consuming fewer calories, your blood sugar regulation worsens, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes, the very condition people hope to avoid by switching to sugar-free options. Gut health damage is another significant risk. Sugar substitutes like sucralose and aspartame can kill healthy gut bacteria, disrupting the balance of your microbiome. This leads to more than just bloating and gas. It can cause long-term digestive issues, reduced immunity, and even impact mental health, since the gut and brain are closely connected. There are also concerns about cardiovascular risks. Some studies suggest a link between frequent artificial sweetener use and high blood pressure, stroke, and heart disease. While more long-term research is still ongoing, the early findings are enough to cause concern, especially for people who consume multiple sugar-free products every day. In addition, sugar substitutes can trick taste preferences, making people crave sweet foods more often, which leads to an overall worse quality diet. This contributes to nutritional deficiencies and poor overall health. In summary, The health risks of sugar substitutes go far beyond cutting calories. From weight gain and diabetes to digestive problems and heart risks, the long-term consequences can quietly harm your health in ways many people don't realize until it's too late. The sugar substitute making you sick. Sugar substitutes are marketed as a way to get all the sweetness you love without the downsides of sugar. But here's a harsh truth. Many people report feeling sick after switching to sugar substitutes. You may think you're making the healthier choice, but these products can quietly cause digestive problems, headaches, mood swings, and more, leaving you feeling worse, not better. Let's start with the most common problem: digestive sickness. Many people experience severe bloating, gas, stomach cramps, and even diarrhea after consuming sugar alcohols like often found in sugar-free gums and protein bars, are known to cause gastrointestinal distress because they are poorly absorbed in the intestines. Even small amounts can lead to noticeable discomfort, especially in people with sensitive stomachs or pre-existing digestive conditions. But the sickness doesn't stop in the gut. Many individuals report feeling tired, sluggish, or foggy-headed after eating sugar-free products. This is because sugar substitutes can confuse the body's natural energy signals. Your brain tastes sweetness and prepares for an energy spike, but when no calories arrive, it can cause fatigue and mental fog. Headaches are another troubling symptom. One of the most reported complaints after consuming aspartame is persistent headaches or migraines, which can occur within hours of ingestion. For some people, these headaches are so intense they have to completely cut artificial sweeteners from their diet. Mood changes are also a hidden consequence. Certain sugar substitutes have been linked to mood swings, irritability, and even anxiety. By interfering with brain chemistry and gut health, these substances can impact the balance of hormones responsible for maintaining emotional stability. Perhaps the most dangerous part of sugar substitutes making you sick is how easily people dismiss the symptoms. You might feel sick after a sugar-free drink or snack, but never connect the dots because the product claims to be healthy. Over time, these repeated episodes of digestive upset, low energy, and mood instability can lead to a constant cycle of sickness, reducing overall quality of life. In reality, many people who experience chronic bloating, low mood, or fatigue improve dramatically after removing sugar substitutes from their daily routine. If you constantly feel unwell but can't figure out why, the answer may be hiding in your sugar-free foods and drinks. The bad effects of When people hear the phrase sugar replacement, it often sounds like a healthy upgrade, a simple swap to avoid sugars, calories, and blood sugar spikes. But in reality, there are numerous bad effects of sugar replacements that most people are never warned about. These effects can impact not just your digestion, but your metabolism, mental clarity, and even your long-term health. One of the most common bad effects comes from how sugar replacements affect digestion. Many popular sugar replacements, especially sugar alcohols like cramping and diarrhea, particularly when consumed in moderate or large amounts. These substances are not fully absorbed by the body and instead ferment in the colon, creating gas and discomfort. This can be especially troubling for people with irritable bowel syndrome, as even small amounts can trigger Another serious bad effect involves hormonal imbalance. Sugar replacements trick the body by creating a sweet taste without delivering any calories. This confuses important hunger hormones like leptin and ghrelin, which help regulate appetite and feelings of fullness. The results? Many people end up feeling hungrier after consuming sugar-free products and are more likely to overeat later in the day. Long-term use of sugar replacements can also lead to taste preference distortion. By constantly feeding the body extremely sweet but calorie-free foods, it becomes harder for people to enjoy naturally sweet foods like fruits or savor the subtle flavors of whole, unprocessed meals. This encourages a diet of highly processed foods, keeping people trapped in a cycle of poor eating habits. Sugar replacements are also linked to blood sugar irregularities. While they are often marketed to people with diabetes, some studies have shown that certain artificial sweeteners can still trigger insulin responses, potentially causing unstable blood sugar levels. This is especially risky because it creates the illusion of being diabetic-friendly while quietly worsening insulin resistance. Finally, many sugar replacements are associated with chronic low-grade inflammation, which is a major underlying cause of many chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. Frequent exposure to these substances may silently damage the body over time, increasing the risk of serious health conditions. In short, the bad effects of sugar replacements are not just minor side effects. They represent a real danger to physical health, digestive comfort, and long-term well-being. Are sugar substitutes safe? One of the most common questions people ask is, are sugar substitutes safe? The simple answer is complicated. Many of these products have been approved by government agencies like the Food and Drug Administration and labeled as safe for human consumption. But safety, in this case, comes with conditions, and the reality is that being approved doesn't always mean healthy, especially when consumed daily and in large amounts. Let's break it down step by step. When the FDA declares a sugar substitute is safe, they are typically referring to something called the acceptable daily intake. This is the maximum amount of a substance that's considered safe to consume every single day over a lifetime. However, in the real world, many people consume far more than these recommended limits because artificial sweeteners are hidden in diet drinks, protein bars, snacks, sauces, baked goods, and even medications. The question of safety gets even more complicated when we consider the long-term effects. While these products might not cause immediate poisoning, many scientific studies suggest that consistent daily use can lead to digestive problems, weight gain, insulin resistance, and even metabolic syndrome. Some studies have even connected artificial sweetener use to increased risks of stroke, high blood pressure, and heart disease. Another important point is that individual reactions vary widely. Some people experience no noticeable symptoms, while others suffer from headaches, dizziness, mood swings, and gut issues after consuming even small amounts of sugar substitutes. Certain groups, like pregnant women, children, and individuals with autoimmune diseases, may be more sensitive to these products and are advised to limit or avoid them. Natural sweeteners like stevia and monk fruit are often marketed as safer alternatives, but even they can cause digestive upsets and are frequently mixed with other artificial ingredients to improve taste or texture. Just because a product is labeled natural doesn't automatically make it harmless. Ultimately, the real answer to, are sugar substitutes safe, depends on the individual, the amount consumed, and the overall health condition of the person. Experts generally agree that occasional use in small amounts is likely safe for most people. However, daily volume use can quietly cause harm over time. For anyone concerned about their long-term health, the safest option is to reduce both sugar and sugar substitutes, choosing more natural, whole foods to satisfy sweet cravings in healthier ways. The hidden dangers of sweeteners. One of the most misleading aspects of modern food marketing is how cleverly sweeteners are hidden in everyday products, creating a serious issue known as the hidden dangers of sweeteners. Most people think they only consume sweeteners when they drink diet soda or eat sugar-free snacks. But in reality, these artificial sweeteners are added to hundreds of products, many of which you might not even suspect. Let's start with where these hidden sweeteners appear. They are found in products like flavored waters, protein powders, salad dressings, condiments, low-fat yogurts, chewing gum, children's vitamins, and even some over-the-counter medications. The packaging usually features catchy phrases like no sugar, keto-friendly, or low carb, making people feel they are making a healthy choice. But behind the scenes, they are consuming a significant amount of chemical sweeteners without even realizing it. This hidden consumption is where the danger truly lies. Your body reacts to these sweeteners even when you're unaware of consuming them. Studies have shown that frequent, unconscious intake of sweeteners can lead to a damaged gut microbiome, causing issues like bloating, irregular digestion, and nutrient absorption problems. Over time, this can weaken your immune system, making you more susceptible to illnesses. Another hidden danger comes from the way these sweeteners change taste preferences. When you consume extremely sweet-tasting foods daily, even without calories, your taste buds become addicted to high levels of sweetness. This makes it harder to enjoy healthy, whole foods like fruits, vegetables, and grains, because they seem bland in comparison. It leads to long-term unhealthy eating patterns where people constantly crave artificial, processed foods. Sweeteners can also cause metabolic confusion. Since they provide sweetness without calories, your body gets tricked, leading to increased hunger, hormones, and stronger cravings. This is one of the key reasons why many people who switch to sugar-free products fail to lose weight or even gain more weight over time. Even more concerning, many people experience fatigue, headaches, mood swings, and digestive discomfort from hidden sweeteners. But because these ingredients are not obvious, they never connect the symptoms to their food choices. The bottom line is clear. The hidden dangers of sweeteners are real because they are everywhere, affecting your health in ways you don't even see. To protect yourself, it's essential to read ingredient labels carefully, limit your intake of processed diet products, and return to natural, wholesome eating habits. The health problems from sugar substitutes. Many people turn to sugar substitutes with the hope of avoiding the health problems linked to sugar, like obesity, diabetes, and tooth decay. But what's often ignored is that sugar substitutes can bring their own set of serious health problems, some of which may be just as harmful or even worse than sugar itself. One of the most significant health problems from sugar substitutes is their link to metabolic syndrome. Multiple studies have shown that people who regularly consume artificial sweeteners are more likely to develop high blood pressure, unhealthy cholesterol levels, insulin resistance, and excess belly fat. All of these factors contribute directly to heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes, exactly the diseases many people hope to prevent by switching to sugar-free products. Digestive health is also at risk. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose, along with sugar alcohols like sorbitol, can cause severe digestive problems. Regular use can disrupt the balance of healthy gut bacteria, leading to chronic symptoms such as bloating, gas, constipation, and diarrhea. In people with sensitive digestive systems or conditions like IBS, these effects can be even more extreme, resulting in daily discomfort. Weight gain is another hidden health problem. Despite containing 0 calories, sugar substitutes can still cause people to gain weight. This happens because the sweet taste tricks the body's natural hunger and fullness hormones, causing increased cravings and overeating later in the day. This explains why many people who switch to sugar-free options are shocked to find they're not losing weight or worse, they're gaining more. There are also concerns about neurological effects. Some individuals report experiencing headaches, mood swings, anxiety, and brain fog after consuming sugar substitutes, especially products containing aspartame. While these symptoms vary from person to person, the connection is strong enough that many nutritionists recommend limiting or completely avoiding artificial sweeteners if you experience such problems. Emerging studies are also looking into the potential link between long-term artificial sweetener use and chronic diseases such as cancer, liver disease, and kidney issues. While more research is needed, early results have raised enough concern that many health experts advise caution. In short, the health problems from sugar substitutes are real and well documented, ranging from weight gain and digestive issues to increased risks of heart disease and diabetes. For many people, the healthier choice isn't just reducing sugar, it's reducing both sugar and sugar substitutes, and focusing on whole, natural foods for long-term well-being. The artificial sweetener dangers. Artificial sweeteners have become a go-to option for millions of people looking to cut calories, lose weight, or manage blood sugar. You see them everywhere: diet sodas, sugar-free snacks, protein bars, flavored yogurts, and even toothpaste. But despite their popularity, there are serious artificial sweetener dangers that are too often ignored, putting people at risk of hidden health problems. One of the biggest dangers comes from the way these sweeteners affect your metabolism. Even though they contain no calories, they can still cause metabolic dysfunction. Your body tastes sweetness, expects energy, but when it doesn't get the calories it expects, it creates confusion in your hormonal system, often leading to increased hunger, strong cravings, and overeating. This is why many people find themselves stuck in a cycle of dieting, but never seeing real results. Another major danger lies in their effect on your gut health. Artificial sweeteners like sucralose, aspartame, and asulfame potassium have been shown in studies to kill beneficial gut bacteria. A disrupted gut microbiome doesn't just cause bloating and gas, it affects your immune system, your ability to absorb nutrients, and even your mood and mental health through the gut-brain connection. Neurological issues are also a growing concern. Aspartame, in particular, has been associated with headaches, migraines, dizziness, mood disturbances, and even memory problems. People with certain health conditions, such as migraines, anxiety, or depression, often report worsening symptoms after consuming products containing artificial sweeteners. Furthermore, artificial sweeteners have been linked to increased risks of serious diseases. Long-term studies have raised concerns about their connection to type 2 diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, heart disease, and potentially certain types of cancer. While regulatory agencies allow limited use, emerging science shows that daily, long-term exposure could cause harm, especially in people who unknowingly consume these products in multiple foods every day. Another danger is how these sweeteners alter your taste preferences. They are often hundreds of times sweeter than natural sugar, making people crave more intensely sweet foods. This makes it harder to enjoy simple, healthy, naturally sweet foods like fruits and keeps people trapped in a cycle of sweet cravings and poor eating habits. In short, the dangers of artificial sweeteners are real, wide-ranging, and often hidden beneath clever marketing labels. If your goal is to be truly healthier, it's not enough to avoid sugar. You must also be careful with sugar substitutes and artificial sweeteners. Reading labels and making whole, natural foods the foundation of your daily meals. Now that you've seen the hidden dangers, the side effects, and the real health risks behind sugar substitutes, it's clear that the sugar-free label doesn't always mean safe or healthy. From digestive problems to weight gain to long-term health issues like diabetes and heart disease, sugar substitutes can silently damage your health if you're not careful. But the good news is you're now informed. You've taken the first step in protecting your health by understanding the truth most food companies won't tell you. Remember, the goal isn't just to cut sugar, but to choose natural, whole foods and be more mindful of what goes into your body every single day. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might be unknowingly putting their health at risk. Thank you so much for watching and staying until the end. Your time is valuable, and I appreciate you investing it in your health. Stay informed, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.